beautiful morning for basketball, by the way. This is Mr. Cofield. I'm alone for now. I'm sure one of my junior commentators will be coming soon. And the tip-off goes to Abraham Lincoln. Billups to Elijah, Elijah to Dean. Dean shoots, and he's going to get nice and warmed up. Just because one shot doesn't drop doesn't mean that he's going to have a bad game. It's just one shot. And I like to see him coming out shooting early, getting ready, getting his rotation, getting himself ready and comfortable with taking those shots. So it's going to be zip for now, but only 30 seconds have gone in this first quarter. Hello, hello, hello to a beautiful Saturday morning of Abraham Lincoln basketball. Ooh, Wagner shoots, misses the three. This is number 33 picking up the rebound. Nice little pass inside. It doesn't connect, but it was a good look. So we got the cheerleaders out. It's going to be a varsity basketball game after this, so get ready for a double header. Here's Mr. Washington, number 14, Elijah, inbounding the ball to Dwayne D. Weezy Billups. Shout out to him. You might see some new faces on the JV squad. We had a marking period. We've got some eligibility issues happen, which that is the nature of high school basketball, unfortunately. Young athletes definitely have to learn that their academics are just important as their gameplay. Big Washington with the big shot there. Nice three-pointer. He is hyped up, charged, and ready to go. That's number 14 for the Abraham Lincoln Rail Splitters. Here's number 11 flying down. Ooh, he tries to shoot that three. Washington is all over him. Tries to get a pass out. It doesn't take. Elijah picks it up, and we're going back the Lincoln way. Here's Dean. Nice way to drive in over to Elijah. Elijah tries to draw the contact. No foul called. We're going back the other way. This is number 4, Arby, trying to go coast to coast, and it drops, putting Susan Wagner on the boards. 3 Lincoln, Wagner 2. Here's D. Weezy Billups looking around to Washington, back to Billups, over to Dean. Ooh, Dean almost loses it but recovers the ball. It gets poked out by number 13 with the little heads-up defense. Oh, here's number 4. Nice little jump shot from foul line. It doesn't drop, but again, I take that shot any day. I believe that's Kevin's brother, Jason. Kevin plays on varsity squad. It looks like that trickled down to his family. Beautiful little inlet pass. Doesn't drop, but what a nice look. And we're going back the other way. Here's D. Weezy with the ball. Oh, Jason can't keep his hands on it. It's going back the Wagner way. Here's number 11, slowly surveying. Number 4 with the teardrop, and it falls. What a beautiful little shot. That's R.B. Leela liking the way he's playing on Wagner. We take a timeout to make some clear adjustments. So what do I want to see? Well, I want to see Dwayne really take command of the point guard position. Right now, he's a little trepidatious in it. He's playing it, but he's not playing it hard. There was another gentleman that was playing point guard before he was put into that position. I think he was intended to be a shooting guard, and he's thrusted into the point guard position. So I want to see him bring that ball down, distribute the basketball around a bit more. I definitely want to see Jason, number 4, really crashing those boards, because we're going to need those second chance looks just in case some of these shots doesn't drop from Dean, because Dean's got to make sure that he hits those shots. Shout out to my guy, Mr. O'Hanlon, down there watching the game, checking things out. Maybe we'll have him to come up here and do a little guest commentating. So here is D. Weezy Billups, my man Dwayne, bringing it down, surveying. Ooh, he sees a middle lane, almost gets chicken stripped. But here's Washington to Dean, back to D. Weezy. Billups looking around. Washington shoots. No good. Going back the other way. I understand him taking that shot because he just took it and hit it. So he's trying to see if he's got a hot hand right now. So here's Dwayne Billups playing a little defense on number 4, who's having a decent game for Susan Wagner thus far. Number 11 with the ball. Dribbles down to 12. Nice ball movement by junior varsity Wagner. That shot doesn't drop, but it's one I take any day. Washington with the rebound. We're going back the other way. Dean, no bueno, goes after his own rebound. D. Weezy picks it up instead. Washington, so they are in the 2-3, the zone, Zone defense on Wagner. Nice poke out. Number 4 with the heads up play. D Weezy plays defense all the way down and make sure that that is not an easy shot. We're coming back the other way. He sees Elijah. Nice job. Elijah with the putback. So in a minute, we're going to have a guest commentator come over and talk to us a little bit about Lincoln life. My good friend Czar. So it looks like it's going the Lincoln way. Here's number 14, Elijah. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not Elijah. That's Mr. Kyle Washington on the inbound. Here's Dean. Here's Dwayne. Dwayne with the shot. No bueno. Elijah with the rebound. Here's a second chance. Here's Dean with the little floater. Ooh, it looked good, but it wasn't. And we're going back the other way. Ooh. So we got a call, but that's still going to go the Wagner way. So, as I mentioned before, we've got a guest up here. I don't know what his basketball accoutrement is, but let me tell you, this guy is our resident genius. Let me tell you something. Every teacher in this building who has come across this young man wants a piece of him. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my guy, Czar. Czar, say hi to the people.
What's up, people?
Yeah, so you guys might know Nazar through his work. He is our lead droner here at Abraham Lincoln. He is a semi-professional drone pilot. He has his complete license. Talk to me about that, Czar. How has it been droning for the school doing different projects?
It's been a great pleasure to drone. It's also a lot of fun. A lot of work, which I love work, obviously.
You certainly do.
Yeah, it is just a big pleasure. I also get to teach people. It's just a completely different experience since I've gotten that license.
That's right, man. So I got to tell you, you're in the vet science program, and here recently you did a really, really great video for vet science that's on the website. Tell me, how was that? Because, yes, I know that you're a drone enthusiast, but you're starting to work your way into videography and a little bit of production in that end. So how was that for you?
So correct, yeah. Honestly, it was just a way to express my creativity to people. I definitely put a lot of work into that video,
you sure
lot
did.
of thought. It's a new experience for me, but it's definitely something that I can sometimes do instead of drones.
So I'm going to go back to this game, but I just wanted to mention, I love the fact that you have interwoven so many of your passions to create some of these pieces, right? You have a love for vet science, you have a love for videography, you have a love for droning. You mix those 3 passions together and made a fabulous video for us at the Abraham Lincoln website. So if you guys are listening, check out the Abraham Lincoln website, go to the vet science section, and check out Nazar's video. It's really, really good. Also, most of the drone shots that you see throughout the videos on that site were done by our guy, Mr. Czar here. So at home, abroad, anywhere you're watching, clap it up for my boy, Nazar Bondarenko, right?
Yep.
Say your last name for me.
Thank you so much. Bondarenko.
Bondarenko. You guys get it right because you're going to see it in lights real soon. Thanks, buddy.
All right, thank
we
you so
appreciate
much.
you. So we're going to go back to this game. It looks like Abraham Lincoln is doing a fine job of maintaining that lead that we have here, 9-4. But it's been quite the scrappy game. As I was talking to Czar there, I definitely noticed a lot of ball movement, a lot of scrapping all over the place. They have been keeping it very professional, though, and that's what I got to say that I'm loving about this JV action. They're keeping things really, really professional. Although they're getting physical, there haven't been any, confrontations or tussles or any of that nature. So shout out to these guys. So we're looking at this game. Here's number 1 driving the ball. Nearly goes, and he goes coast to coast. Nice drive by Susan Wagner, number 1. That's Gavin Chua. And it looks like there was a call on Abraham Lincoln. So we're going back to Wagner way. This is an opportunity for them to catch up. 1 3-point shot, and this is a tie game. We're leaving this gentleman pretty open. Andre has to get over there. That was a great shot, but Andre's got to get over there on defense and contest that one. Here we are going back the other way. Here's number 23, Kamari, to Ajani. To the big dog, number 41, Walker. Ooh, and it gets stolen. Number 33 with the hot hands. Whoa, nice little double pump to get away from the defense, and we're going back the other way, but I love that layup that he tried. Here's Andre. Little pump fake. Dumps it to Johnny. And they are going to call 3-second on the big dog. Walker, you've got to get out of the chicken coop, my friend. So here's number 14 with the ball for Susan Wagner. Little shot, doesn't drop. Walker with the rebound. Johnny to Kimari. Nice little ball movement. Andre drives. And it drops. That's the Andre we like to see. We're definitely going to go back to that little replay in a second. So here's number 11 steaming down. Good defense on him by number 13. Ooh, and he teardropped that right before he got to the big dog. It doesn't drop, but that was a really great decision by that Susan Wagner player. 38 seconds. Number 33 on the inbound. That's Jackson playing a strong game. Shout out to Connor Domingo as well, number 11. Like his game, as well as Gavin. So here's Jackson. Ooh. Nice rebound. Nice ball movement, trying to get some separation there. Ooh, he picks it up. They're fighting for it. And it's going to be a jump ball. So we're going to check out that replay. Hopefully I did this right. Nice ball movement. Oh, and I did not do that right. But what I tried to show you guys was Andre's really, really nice layup.
Learning curve.
Yes,
We'll get there.
Absolutely. Number 33 with the shot. Ooh, and it drops. That's a nice shot. That's going to put them within one. Oh, actually, that's a tie score.
Tied them. Oh, they only gave him 2.
Yeah, because that was 2.
Okay. Within 1, you're right.
Doesn't drop. Here's number 14 to number 1. They're trying to move this ball to get the last shot out, and it doesn't drop. So I'm liking this game. These two teams seem relatively evenly matched, really trying to feel each other out. I think that they're focusing more on playing their own game than playing against their opponents, right? They're really just trying to master how to get the ball, move the ball around, get open looks, commit and execute easy shots, capitalize on those things, as opposed to dealing with the defender that's in front of them. Too often in the JV world, you are your own worst enemy, right? So we're going to see what adjustments Coach Dean and Coach Juju make. Let me see who's down there actively getting their coach on. So that looks like Coach Dean, Neil down there. Actually that's Coach Juju. So Coach Juju is Neil down, really giving them a what's up or what's going on. And you see Coach Dean walk over just to say some last things. I want to say that one of the strengths of Coach Dean is that he is a true statistician. He really analyzes the game based on the numbers and lets the numbers tell him the story about what might be missing or about what might be doing really, really well. So we're going back into this game. Here is Kyle Washington on the inbound. We've got Dwayne D. Weezy Billups on the court. We've got number 4, Jason. We've got Elijah, 00. And also number 21, that's going to be Dean Mansour. So here's Kyle. Oh, almost a drop ball by Dwayne there. Kyle, ball movement. Dwayne in the corner. Doesn't drop, hits the side. Here's Kyle. Second chance, no bueno there. And we're going back the other way. So that was 2 shot attempts that didn't become points. We definitely got to capitalize on those opportunities. Here's Jason on defense. Clear mismatch there. Beautiful steal, and that's what you like to see on a mismatch. When you got a taller guy versus a shorter guy. Catch him on the pass. Here's D. Weezy. It doesn't drop. I want to see him step in. You know I hate threes out there, guys. When you can get an effective 2, why go for the 3, especially when the score hasn't moved in at least a minute. So we're going back the other way. Here's number 1 for Wagner. Gavin with sweltering defense from Elijah. 11 picks it up. Back to Gavin. And it's definitely going to be a call somewhere because they were being a bit physical. But I do love the defense that's being played here. Jason recognized that mismatch on the play a second ago. So here's number 1 with the ball. That's Gavin surveying. Number 4's got a walking screen that was moving. He had to stop moving that screen. I'm glad Gavin didn't take it. No dump pass to number 12. A lot of crazy play there. Nice save by Wagner. And it's a good 3 by number 33, Jackson. Wowzers. And we're going back the other way. Here's Dwayne D. Weezy Billups looking around. Some movement around the perimeter, trying to shift that zone around. And instead of dumping that down to Elijah, as you're shifting the zone around, they shot it up, doesn't go, and the scorecard doesn't move. So here's a foul called on Elijah. All right, so we're in a timeout. Well, actually, yes, we're in a timeout. Our score has not moved for maybe 3 to 4 minutes, okay? Abraham Lincoln has not scored a point in about 3 to 4 minutes, whereas I'm pretty sure that at the beginning of that about 6-point run or so, Wagner was at about 8, and they've moved the score up 5 points. So we have got to get some offense going. We've made some personnel changes here. It looks like we've got number 5 on the court. He's new, haven't seen him. That's Josiah China. So let's see if he brings some offense, because we certainly need some. Nice pass recovered by number 12 on Wagner. That was a crazy pass. I can't believe that it connected. And they're back to their 2-3 zone, which has been effective because we're not shifting it into the paint. And there we go. There we go. I like that move by Dean. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going Wagner's ball.
Definitely seems like we're relying heavily on our field goals, and they're not dropping for us yet.
They certainly aren't. I understand the logic. Oh, here's a Johnny, and that kid's got hops. When I tell you hops, number 5, again, a field goal that doesn't drop. But yes, Mr. Andrews, to your point, while they're shifting the zone around on the perimeter, they're not doing anything in the paint. They're not even touching the paint. And sometimes when you touch the paint, you collapse the zone into yourself, and now that's a proper kick out. You certainly want to go downhill with it. So if you collapse the paint high next to the foul line, then whoever's your center should be right over on the other side of all that defensive collapsing. So I want to see them try to at least go for a higher percentage shot instead of sticking out there in the perimeter. So we're adjusting the shot clock here to 25. Let's see if they hurt Mr. Cofield and start at least making some passes into the paint. So right now we're having a delay in the game because we want to make sure that the shot clock is right. Beautiful day for basketball. What a morning, right? Really, really nice weather out there.
A little brisk, but
yes,
otherwise very clear.
It's as cold as any December day should be. I always worry about odd weather, so it makes sense. But it's a beautiful morning. The sun is out. Great day for basketball. Ooh, DeWeezy loses the dribble. Here's number 1 on the recovery. And Susan Wagner has been awesome at making us pay for each and every small mistake that we make. That's what got them back into this game. 11-7, Susan Wagner. So Dean pulled Kyle out of the paint. 2 Lincoln players in the paint, too close to each other, and nobody in the center position to pick that up. And Susan Wagner's going to make us pay for that one. But it goes out of bounds, and we're going back the other way. So if you're watching this game, listen to some of the things that I'm saying, and I'm definitely trying to help kind of let our audience understand why we are in this deficit right now. Here's a Johnny. Over to Dean. Dean's trying to drive. Nice job. Can't get it out to Jason. That zone defense is being allowed to really collapse down. But Wagner called for walking. Somebody check his passport. He's traveling. All right. So ball's inbound, moving around. Ooh, Andreas checked in. Ay, it rattled in and rattled out. That was a great shot. It looked good. But it just didn't drop. I want to see him make some adjustments. He has a lot of conversations with Coach Dean about his game and the things that he thinks that he should do. Johnny's going to come out. Kyle Washington's going to check back in. Ball movement by Kimari. Andre with the ball. Gives it to Kyle. Ooh, Kimari almost loses it. Shot clock at 17. We've got to make a play here. More kicking back out. Bad pass there. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kimari makes a play for it. Jason recovers. It doesn't drop. We're going back the other way. I'm not sure what the strategy is for Abraham Lincoln, but we've got to create something to create some offense. We still haven't scored. Jason with the rebound.
I'd love to see them put some more pressure on the paint. I mean, they're just not taking shots from very close. Everything's too far out.
Everything's too far. As a matter of fact, there was a couple of plays where there was no one even in that position. They weren't even in the center position down there. So if that area was open, there was no one to throw it to. So that's why I'm like, what's the strategy with our in the paint play? Because we're not playing there at all. So yeah, even me and Mr. Andrews are definitely seeing the same game here. And it's going to go out. It's going to be Lincoln's ball. We're getting several opportunities. So we're going back the other way. Here's Dwayne. More ball movement. Still upstairs. That outer perimeter where we've broken the perimeter. Now we kick him back out of it. Nice job. And he gets fouled from behind. He definitely got pushed. Would have loved to see that go in.
But that's the pressure we need. We need a man in the basket right underneath, because that's where your easy shots are going to come from.
Absolutely. Also, it looks like from up here, we're pretty even on height. So bounce passes are going to be more effective than trying to go over the top, because now two taller players are fighting for the same ball. I would have loved that to be a bounce pass to Elijah, which would have been a lot easier, because now the defender has to go from down to up to follow him. He might have gotten that shot in. It's the details in basketball sometimes. Misses that shot, misses both.
They're free.
Going back the other way here. Here's number 4. 14 had a look, didn't have the shot, didn't take it. Here's number 4. Ooh, that was a good one to number 1. He wasn't ready for it. Two minutes and 39 seconds until halftime. Lincoln's ball. Kyle Washington on the inbound. Over to D. Weezy. Ooh. Kyle with a few moves to get inside. Couldn't keep control of it. Someone tapped it out, but that's the kind of moves I like to see. Break the perimeter, get inside the paint. He definitely has the height to really bring it strong to the basket. I liked everything about that move. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Shooting from right there is going to give you a higher percentage every time.
Nice cross-court pass. Good defense by Lincoln, but there is no defense for a properly placed pass, turn around, dump it right in. Somebody was definitely off assignment there. Jason is really high, number 4. If you look at him, he's almost at the top of the key, and he's our center. That would be out of position. Here's Kyle. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a foul called on number 4, Wagner. Score is 13-19. A minute and 35 seconds heading into the half. Here's a Johnny. Cross to Kyle. Kyle didn't see a Johnny moving without the ball. Man, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I love the way a Johnny plays. He moves without the ball. He puts himself in position to box out during shots. That's the kind of player I like to see. I can't wait to see him develop. Here's Wagner with the ball. A Johnny playing defense on number 1, Gavin. Doherty. Cheerleaders cheering their hearts out. Love to see them come to work to get to work. Okay, here's number 1. To 14 to 3. Oh, and he got called for steps. I saw that. Number 33, you don't have to walk, buddy, Jackson. We got Omni cards now, big boy. But great ball movement by Wagner. Here's D. Weezy Billups. .46 seconds on the clock. Jason bobbles the pass. Can't recover it. D. Weezy does. We have numbers. Nice dump pass to Kyle. Kyle can't finish it. Jason fighting for the rock. Jump ball. So Kyle missed a pivotal layup. Tried to get the putback. And because we are even in height, that is not going to be an easy putback on Susan Wagner. Okay, we definitely have to take full advantage of those easier layups, because if they come off the rim and they don't drop, oh, it's a fight. It's a fight when they're dealing with Susan Wagner and their height. Love that. Oh, Dean wide open. No shot. Nice save. A Johnny picks it up but can't find anybody. Hard defense. Ooh, and it's an and one. Man, can Wagner play some basketball? You know, I've got this beautiful instant replay module here, and I'd be damned if I wanted to give it to Wagner a few times, to be honest with you. Listen out there in YouTube land, you know what I say? I love good basketball. I bleed Lincoln blue, but good basketball is good basketball.
I mean, I love a good show, so feel free.
I hear that. Well, if he gave me the okay, it's about to be some Wagner highlights if JV can't get it together.
It'll help JV out when they get to rewatch the stream.
I hear that. So here's Jackson on the inbound. And I definitely have to remember number 33's name. He's doing an excellent job. Number 1 as well, that's Gavin Doherty, who's with the ball right now. Back out to Jackson. Back over to Gavin. Because they're recognizing there's a partial zone and a partial. Oh, big foul. Big foul by Jackson. Not sure he wanted to make that foul. Not sure he wanted to make that foul. 2.2 seconds on the clock left in the half. They're up by several points. They're up by 8 points. Why foul?
Definitely no reason to add that onto your stats.
Not at all. You bring Lincoln within 6. He hits 1. So that was a most mistaken momentum. Coach Dean takes his team back into halftime, back into the locker room for halftime, and tells them that Wagner is capable of small mistakes like that we can now capitalize on. So I don't know if they wanted to do that. And it looks like it's going to be our ball. Last play. Billups doesn't drop. Wagner's ball. And that's going to bring us to halftime. 14-21, Susan Wagner. Got some programming for you. Stick around. We'll be back with this second half.
Hi, Lincoln Sports Media reporting. My name is Jalen, and I'm here with
Ariel Williams.
Okay, so for the most part, I know a lot of our listeners or watchers. They don't really know much about volleyball, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So when I looked at the final scores, they were like shockingly low.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, so volleyball is different from like a lot of other sports like basketball or baseball. You only win by winning the sets. So each set goes to 25, or sometimes you'll have to play on. So whoever gets to 25 first, they win the set. And in high school, you play best of 3. So whoever wins the first 2 sets, you win the game.
Right. So that's a grueling game that we certainly do not have enough of appreciation for when you just look at it statistically, right?
For sure.
Right? That's the how does height or lack thereof play a role in positions and where you should be in relation to the net?
That's a really good question. So for me specifically, I play middle blocker, and I'm about like 5'10", 5'11", but like for other teams or other girls on my team, they're not as tall, like maybe a 5'6", 5'7". So the taller you are, the better chance you have at being a successful middle blocker or hitter. And either for other teams, like a lot of teams that we play, like Madison, for example, they're a really good hitting team, but they don't have that height. So it's really a disadvantage for you.
Okay, that's an interesting fact. That's pretty good to know.
Mm-hmm.
So in volleyball, height doesn't mean everything, but it also it can, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Another interesting fact is that if the team is like 24, 25, you have to go to 26. You have to win by 2 points in volleyball after you get to that 25 mark.
So another question, what got you into volleyball?
Well, when I came to Lincoln for the Summer Bridge program in 2021, I knew that I wanted to play volleyball. My brother also plays volleyball, so it was kind of an inspiration. and I didn't get that opportunity to play in like middle school. So I just wanted to see what it was like at first, and then I just sort of stuck with it.
What exactly kept you playing volleyball?
What kept me with it is my teammates. I really love the group of girls that I play with consistently all for the past 4 years. You know, it's very different every single year because we always bring in new girls or transfers and stuff like that. So it's really good to see the connection that I have with them.
So is there something special about sportsmanship and camaraderie in volleyball?
I think it's a good mix of both. You know, of course you're going to come out and play with competitiveness and difficulty, but you still want to make sure you're showing respect to everyone else. You want to be honest and kind.
That's nice. But you know, speaking of teammates, how do you think your your bonding with them grew the more times you played with them?
That's a good question. For me, I've been captain for the volleyball team for 4 years, along with Magnolia, who you guys will see soon. And that really just, you know, our bond over the past 4 years has continuously grown, along with all the rest of my other teammates, whether they come their junior year or senior year or whatever. You know, I really just continue to connect with them. And like, as a captain, I listen to them more. I know like what's going on in their regular lives, so I can see how it translates to what we do on the court.
If you had to choose between a pretty talented player that you'll only play with for 1 year or a player that is not amazing, but you get to grow with them for 4 full years, what would you prefer as a teammate?
Me personally, I'm gonna say the 4 years because it's that development. You know, like you got to see where you came from. You know, to see like where we are now. Especially like that's very like prevalent in this team specifically, from our freshman year to senior year. So like that development is very crucial to continuously playing the sport.
Okay. All right, that's good to know. That's really good to know. So, you know, on the topic of volleyball, since it's a volleyball, interview, what goes on in your head while you play volleyball?
Well, I play. Okay, so like my teammates will tell you that I'm pretty clumsy and I fall a lot, especially like on the court. So I'm always thinking about making sure I'm not falling. I also want to make sure that I'm staying calm. You know, often I'll like after we like lose a point or something, I'll make sure I take a deep breath so I can really just focus and relax. I always want to think about the next play and not focusing on mistakes.
Okay, so you think it's good to like stay calm when
For
you're
sure.
playing these kind of fast-paced games?
Yeah.
Okay, it's interesting. So, what's the most fun thing about playing volleyball, in your opinion?
Winning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, who doesn't love that?
For sure.
Sure. So, who do you think is the most hardworking on your team?
That's a great question. I think the most hard-working person on my team is my co-captain, Magnolia Rivera. And I think we've just like grown so much together and we put in work consistently. And, you know, our coach Taz really developed us from that freshman year and it allowed us to grow a lot.
Are you saying that because she's in the room with us or because you're
No, I really believe that for sure. For
Quick
sure.
one, as a multi-sported athlete, how do you differentiate between so many sports? Like, you have to turn on
True.
this sport's brain at every new season, right? Is there a transition period for you where you can just kind of like shut down volleyball, getting into basketball, and then have to shut down some of the concepts in basketball to get into softball? Do you have your own personal transitions since you're Lincoln's Bo Jackson?
Well, for me personally, I like to stay involved in all of my sports throughout whatever sport I'm in. So like for volleyball, if we don't have practice on Saturdays, I'll go to basketball practice. So I like to stay involved so I know my teammates and what I'm going to work with. But like also at the end of our season for like volleyball, I'll usually take like 1 day, 2 days to like really process what's happened and, you know, just to move forward. And then I'll get started on my next season.
So now, bear with me now. So who do you think is the best on the team? And no, you can't say yourself. Or a captain.
Or a captain? Oh, okay. In what sense?
In any sense, just in general, who do you think? Okay, all right. Since you want to be like that, what do you think is the best? No, I don't know any positions of volleyball. Just in general, yeah, just in general.
In general?
In general.
I think our setter, Selma Kanzik, I believe her last name is. She's really grown so much as a person throughout from her freshman year to now, and it was really good to see that. She stepped up a lot leadership-wise, and yeah, she's coming with me to basketball, so I'm very excited for that.
And we are back to this game. It just started shortly. We tried to do something super cool for you guys, but had a little difficulties there. Of course, Mr. Andrews comes and saves the day. Dean with a nice layup. Ooh, but they called a charge. They called a charge on Lincoln, and that is not a score, just when he was giving me what I was looking for, too. He was in the paint. So, before further ado, she's back. Say hi to the people, not anymore.
Hi.
It is a Saturday morning. She is here with us to check out this second half of JV basketball. Wagner High School versus Abraham Lincoln. Here we go. Number 14 with the ball. Ooh, and I saw him caught for walking. He took too many steps at the end of his dribble there. So, yes, we are trying so many great, awesome, and ambitious things here at Abraham Lincoln Sports Media. Mr. Andrus has pulled out all the stops. I don't know if you guys have noticed, we actually have instant replay this year, which also seconds as an opportunity for our students to always have their highlights, just like, ooh, that would have been for Dwayne Billups had that went in. Here's Andre. Andre, no shot. And the call is going to be on Elijah, it looks like. So how you doing, Nani? Anonymous Prime?
Sick.
Not feeling well.
Not at all.
I hear you. It happens.
I've been trying to avoid it.
It happens. It happens. So looks like everything is happening nice and smoothly. Here's number 33. 14 to 21. Out of the half, I think we may have scored 2 points at 13. So, Nani, one of the problems we've been having this entire game is we can't score enough points in the amount of minutes that get allotted. Situations like that, right, where balls are rattling in and out. You'll check this the score ratio. You came at the beginning of the half, or rather at the beginning of the quarter. 2 minutes have gone by.
I thought the game didn't start yet.
Right.
It's too early. Too early.
Right. So that's our cardinal problem right now. We are not getting enough points off the boards or on the board as time goes by. Another dead shot there. It was a really good look. I love the pass over from Johnny to Mr. Washington, but ultimately what happened? White 14. That's going to be Kyle Washington getting called. Okay. Here's number 14 to number 11. Great defense by Jason. He did the best that he could there, but number 11 has been on a run this entire game. That's Connor. Andre with the nice little crossover, but what a beautifully deflected pass by number 12. Wagner is definitely feeling themselves. Nice reverse layup. Another missed opportunity for a replay right there. I'm trying not to give Susan Wagner replays, but they are giving me very little choice. Let me slide this box on over to me because that might just have to be what it is. They're in that zone again. That zone has been really, really frustrating our JV team. Johnny kicks out to Andre. Andre gets a great look, and it doesn't drop. Dwayne with a better putback. It doesn't drop. Johnny, another attempt. It doesn't drop. And Dwayne has the great heads-up play to throw it off of a Wagner player. Yeah, so
can we buy a basket?
This is tough to watch. Because while we respect the fact that JV is always going to have a learning curve, some of this stuff is like, come on, guys. That was 3 attempts. 3 attempts. Andre. And they take threes like that's a shot that's easy. Right? It's almost you would assume that an open three-pointer or not open three-pointer is the easiest shot on the court if you had to watch this game. And it's not, I assure you. Oh, wait a minute. Do my eyes deceive me? Is your sister speaking to an alumni?
Yeah.
Who is that? Is that Aaliyah?
Aaliyah, yeah.
Aaliyah actually is the head coach at a junior high school now.
Head coach?
She sure is.
Oh, my God.
She is the head coach at a junior high school. I forget the high school, but I went to do a school fair there, and lo and behold, she was there telling me that she's coaching over there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So our Lady Rail Splitters are still in the basketball realm. Here's Andre, miss one. And Mr. Andrews has been present for this entire game. Are you surprised like I am that we aren't further in our deficit against Wagner?
Not quite. We have been playing the defense all right.
Okay.
I am shocked at how hard it is to get a ball in the net.
Yeah.
I am not good at basketball. Let's all acknowledge that right away.
Right.
So I am armchair analyzing all the way here. But some of these shots, you're too close to the net to miss the amount that you're missing.
Right. Also, just the looks that they're getting, I describe it as looks because if you've got a clear mismatch and your defender is that much shorter than you, that's almost just as easier a shot if you're by yourself, right? Because it's like a hand in front of you, but it's an unreal contested hand. That person is no threat to you because it's a point guard versus a center kind of position, yet we're still missing the shots.
But also you've mentioned repeatedly that Wagner falls into this zone defense. Move the ball around and break the zone.
You got to break the zone. And breaking the zone does not happen on the perimeter. Just because you go from wing to top of the key to wing, that is not going to break your
They
zone.
don't have to move.
They're shifting. You're right. All they're doing is shifting. You've got to collapse defense into one spot and then kick out to the other side of the court to really make them drag to the other end. And then, of course, me and Andres have been discussing, there's really nobody down there in the paint to dump off to. So here we go. Number 33, looking around, gets it out. Beautiful play by Wagner. Nice defense, though. As we pointed out, Lincoln is still up on it on defense. We fouled him there. He's going to go to the line. That's number 14.
Oh my God.
Talk to me. What do you see?
Johnny got a foul in a technical something.
Oh, we got a tech? Oh,
Cause he went like that.
you got to relax on the yes.
Don't
The ref
celebrate
said the
your
ref was like
foul.
you don't have to do all that. You don't have to do all of that.
Right, especially
but
you're
he
not at
plays
the line
football.
or anything.
He plays football, so he's aggressive.
Got you.
And they're used to having a celebration moment after
Exactly.
every play.
Exactly.
Including a play where you foul someone and they're going to get free shots now. So, unfortunately, this young man is not on my roster numbered. I do have a few people that are not numbered on my roster, but I definitely want to give accolades to number 14. He's been playing quite a strong game.
And he gets subbed out for number 5, Josiah.
So we got Andres at 30, Mr. Washington at 14, Jason at number 4, D. Weezy Billups at number 24, and number 5 is Josiah China. That's the Abraham Lincoln JV lineup. 5 minutes and 7 seconds left in this quarter. We're down by 11. A lot of basketball to be played. Wow, he really went almost uncontested there. But it looks like D. Weezy was not trying to hear none of that. Was a foul called.
Note that nobody celebrated it, so
Right.
good job.
I don't know. It might have just been called out of bounds, which is a really great defensive play for D. Weezy. Oh, the three doesn't drop. D. Weezy sees a heads up, but number 11, that's Gavin, playing an amazing game to number 12, and number 12 gets that easy layup. Here's Andres. Playing tight on Mr. Washington. Here's Josiah with the ball, surveying, shoots it across. Andre, the three happens. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. Let's see if I did that right. Let's see if I did that right. I sure did. I sure did. Bang! All right, we're back the other way. Beautiful defense by Jason. I think number 14 didn't see anybody behind him, thought that was going to be a quick and easy one. Jason with the block. Shout out to our floor camera giving you a close-up of this inbound. Ooh, beautiful. That was a nice shot by number 11. It doesn't fall, but it was a great stop and pop. Kyle tries to go in the other way. He gets fouled. And he's going to head to the line to shoot two. Any friends out there in the audience?
My sister.
I don't know if that even counts.
That is my friend. That's my best friend. So it counts.
Okay.
Never doubt that twin connection.
I hear that. I hear that.
That's really about it. I don't know.
Yeah,
anybody
this
else.
is a less populated game than our first See, our first doubleheader.
Saturday.
That's true.
Early in the morning.
So Kyle drops one, bringing us within 9. 4 minutes left in this quarter.
I like how you're calling 1 p.m. early in the morning.
Right.
It's really early in the morning. And I'm speaking from like a student.
So he drives, uncontested, but there's a call there. Not sure what it was. Nani was talking, so she didn't look at the hands because she's getting really good at the hand signals from the refs. But I'll give you a break on that. You were talking to us about how students can't seem to wake up on Saturday at a regular time.
Yes, it's like 2, 3, 4 sometimes. I might be dragging it, but
Not a lot of movement outside the ball. Okay. Dwayne tried to pass that out to Elijah. Elijah with the steal. Ooh, stolen back. Here's number 1. Now they call the foul. I gotta say, that was a little strange. I saw 2 reaching fouls back and forth, and now the third reach, now the foul gets called. I don't love that call.
Not after you let the others go.
Yeah. If we're letting the reach, then let the reach. Misses the first one. This is Gavin Doherty at the line, Chua. Kimari. Andrea. He loves that 3, and it has not dropped. At some point, you kind of got to step in. He is Kimari. No one stepping in. Josiah tried to throw it to Elijah. He wasn't ready for it. Kimari picks it up, gives it to Dwayne, and guess what Andre's going to try? And air ball there. Josiah, and he gets fouled. So, have we seen 3 threes from Andrea that did not go in?
no.
At some point, you got to stop.
Yeah, the definition of insanity
You know?
is repeatedly doing the same thing.
Yes.
And expecting different results.
At some point, you got to step on in. You got to decide for the layup. You got to decide to just get on the board. Score
It'll
a
be kind
point.
of different if he's putting the ball in because you're down by 9. All you need is 3 threes, but it's not connecting.
Yeah, not one of those 3.
It's a good look if your shooting percentage is higher today, but it's not.
It's not.
You've
It's not
got to
there.
take the higher percentage shots.
That's right.
And get your score back up.
That's right. At what point do you realize it's not there?
Because here you're missing your free throws. If you're not going to get the free throws, you're definitely not making threes.
Right. Decent defense by Lincoln. I knew that number 33, who's been playing a really good game, that Solis Jackson, was going to draw the foul. I knew it. When he waited patiently and he looked up, I'm like, he's going to catch one of you guys in that foul trap. So as we watch Gavin shoot his free throw, I think this is a really, really good opportunity for Nani to explain to us what a grit award is and why you got one. Well, allow me to help you out.
Yes, please.
Did you get one, though?
Yes.
And what is your average?
76.
It's got to be at around about an 80-ish.
I don't know. I forgot.
Right.
I
so
forgot.
if you have gone from having some tough grades to having a passing average, all passing classes, you are awarded the Grit Award because you showed the fortitude it takes to climb out of a deficit and do what you got to do. So clap it up for my girl, Nani Marr, who has got the Grit Award. and really worked pretty hard this marking
I'm
period.
trying to get to that honor roll, like
Let's get it.
literally trying.
Johnny, yes, let's get it. We don't try, we do.
And it's not like, oh, I can't. It's just like I literally have my old grades, the ones that are highlighted. I have them stuck to my wall, and then like that's motivation for me to get up in the morning.
You hear that, guys? Like, that was an amazing statement. I want to do an instant replay on what you just said, right? You use the mishaps. You use the mistakes that you make to fuel your new attitude. That's the way to go. Look at Nani Ma doing it. Back to this game. Number 4 over to number 14. Back to number 4. Kicks out to 33. That's how you spread a zone. And not that we're playing zone, but that's how you spread that ball around. Here's Andre. Finally driving the ball in. Gets fouled. So it looks like they're going to sub Andre out. Kimari dumps to Dwayne, back to Kimari. This is not how you spread, right? Like, they are literally on the same section of the court. They are not moving the defense around at all. Now we're starting to move to the other side.
Oh, Johnny's back in the game.
Johnny's back in the game, but he tries to pass out of a crowd. And it's not to rag on Lincoln, but it is to point out the clear mistakes as they're happening, right? The clear differences in ball movement between Abraham Lincoln and Susan Wagner.
Yeah, as you were talking there, we had 2 people passing the ball back and forth and 3 standing still, completely covered.
Right.
You're never going to break a defense if you don't move it.
You got to move that ball around. And then once you have the ball has left your hand, you've got to switch positions. You got to leave that position so that your the person with the ball doesn't just return it back to its original option. So I'll point out my man, AP, in the building. Alumni, always coming back. I saw Woody yesterday come back to visit us.
Oh, yes, and Harkley. I saw them yesterday. The teacher versus students thing.
Yes.
The teachers ended up winning, and we went into overtime 2 times.
Really?
Yes.
So the MBSK game came down to the wire, did it? Okay.
Yeah, double overtime.
That's awesome.
We did, in fact, record it, but it is not set where people can watch yet.
Right,
I believe they're going to treat it as a fundraiser.
Oh, that's
Get
awesome.
a little bit more
And
funds
Ms.
in,
G?
and then we will release it.
Talk to me about Miss G.
Oh, my God. She had, I think it was 5 points. She shot a 3.
Shut up.
And she had
the
a layup.
soccer coach?
Yeah, she dropped a 3.
The soccer
crowd
coach,
went
Miss G is not a
wild.
soccer coach. She's a softball coach.
Oh, softball. I
Yes.
thought you said Miss Jean.
No.
Miss G. Oh, I'm not surprised. Softball coach,
Yes.
she's got
and
some
then
skills.
she was like, oh, it was all boys, like it was all guys. So she wanted to be like,
the girl.
hey, like let me just push a girl in there. But she actually did a good job.
Nice. So shout out to Miss G, softball coach at Abraham Lincoln, for shooting that 3. And we won, I hear. Yes, we won?
Yes.
Nice. And when I say we, I mean teachers.
Yes, it was 54-54 the first overtime. And then I think the first overtime, it was 54-54.
Double overtime.
Mr. Andrews, you recorded quite the game yesterday.
They keep me busy at this school.
I hear that.
And then I forgot the score for the second overtime.
Okay. Did Coach Zay make an appearance?
He did.
Well, there you go.
He did. It was him against one of our students, and it was like one of the students was kind of putting the works on him, just a little bit.
Oh, I'm telling.
But then Miss
Nice
P
shot.
ended up calling everything.
Coach
so.
Z came in for I think the 3rd quarter.
Okay.
And brought the teachers back from about a 10-point deficit.
Makes sense.
And he
Ooh.
was doing so well that then somebody came and whispered in his ear, and he just ran off the court.
Oh, he had to go.
Yeah.
Thinking maybe they kidnapped his family or something.
Ooh. So that was some decent defense from Abraham Lincoln. Wagner's been spreading that ball about, and D. Weezy Billups just went in for a dive to break that up. So although, we're talking about school happenings, we're definitely watching this game. We're seeing what's going on. We got 4.2 left on the clock in this quarter. No shot.
I just had to give
He was out of
Miss
bounds.
G her credits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Her flowers.
Absolutely.
And everybody felt like they was cheating, but I didn't feel like it.
And that was a throw-up shot to end this quarter. 21-33, Susan Wagner. We're down by 12. I want to tell you that there's a chance because that's not a deficit that's so crazy. But unfortunately, from what I'm watching, I'm not seeing that Abraham Lincoln is really fixing the holes that we've created here. We're not really capitalizing on mistakes that Susan Wagner is making, and they're not making a lot of mistakes either. So there's that. So the MSBK basketball game is technically a fundraiser, so I'm sure they raised some funds, right? I think you had to pay to play and also pay to spectate.
Yes.
So good job on that. I think they're going to be giving out some scholarships with some of that money. So
yeah, all that money goes towards their scholarship fund. They give out scholarships to a couple of seniors at the end of every year.
So that's awesome. That's awesome. I told you guys to look out for the Vet Science video. As the person in charge of some of the website content, I want you guys to look out for a lot of new content on the website. I'm definitely working on new videos for each program. Really, really excited to talk to Mr. Andrus about what I'd love his video to look like for our digital media program, which is amazing. Like, as I work more and more and more with his students, he does an excellent job at training them and getting them to understand video concepts. So I'm really, really excited about that. So check out that website as it develops. So here we are in the fourth quarter. Little bit of more ball movement coming from Lincoln. We're spreading it out a bit better. Billups tries to go for a shot. Tough one. Gets fouled by number 14. He's going to head to the line.
Those free throws get under my skin, I'll tell you.
I'm telling you.
It's the one part of the game that I can do.
Right.
From my vast experience of playing horse.
Right.
Playing horse?
I am the horse expert.
If my shooting percentage from the line is greater than yours on the team,
we got to have a conversation.
There's a conversation to be had there.
I'm telling you. Speaking of basketball, shout out to Ariel Williams down there supporting the boys. I see her. She has no game today, so this is pure support, so love that. If you paid attention for halftime, we actually showed her interview about volleyball. Here's number 4 with it. Bang! And one. I definitely missed the replay on that because I should have gave you an instant replay on that. And one. And you foul him in 3-point range. So now that is how many points that he can get?
4.
Yes. Yes. Because when you get fouled in 3-point range and you hit the 3, you get one more shot. That's 4 points. Here's the 4-point attempt. And it's good. So here's Billups going back the other way. Tries to go. Call number 4 on the foul. He takes it. What a gentleman. He didn't even debate it. Okay, same side of the court. We spread it out a little bit. Ooh, he gets big time blocked. It gets recovered, but number 11 is all over the court. Oh, but Lincoln with some sweltering defense. Kyle misses the easy layup, puts it back up, and it goes in. Woo! I felt my head starting to explode for a second there, but we're okay.
Number 4, travel.
Ooh, and you don't have to walk. And it's going to be a timeout here. Like Diana says, this game is going to make my head explode. You know, I can't zero in on how well he plays or not. I don't want to speak on that. But I do want to say that we got a big dog in number 41. Okay? Right there on the on the backside of Coach Juju. Good. Right here, this gentleman right here. We've got a monitor. I forget Mr. Andrews is awesome enough to give us a monitor. We've got the big dog in number 41, right? I do not understand why he is not on the floor right now.
I think he's hurt.
Is he?
I think so. He had, like, the last game that they played, he had, like, something around his knee.
So recently I was watching some highlights of Joker, because I don't know if you guys know Russell Westbrook is now playing with Joker. And they keep saying he creates space. I'm like, how does he do that? So I'm watching him. He's just putting his body in the way of defenders so that Westbrook is getting open shots. I'm looking at our number 41, the big dog, Walker, and I'm like, you use him to create space. What is happening? So if I set a screen or big dog sets a screen and then he keeps on moving, that's creating space. So got that full court press going. Nice defense by Dwayne, just not enough Lincoln players to back him up there. Nice pickup by Washington. Heads up play, he's got his head up. And yes, Wagner tried to take the charge, but they're gonna call a blocking foul. So the ref seems to be having a debate a little bit with our coach. You see Coach Dean is standing there trying to keep things calm. We got to find out if this is going to be a foul called on. Yes, it's going to be called on Wagner as a blocking foul. It's a tough call because the way I saw it, he kind of did stand there, but he was still transitioning to set his feet.
But you can't move when
you really have to be still, right?
Yeah.
You can't even be sliding into the position. You have to be still. He wasn't quite ready to be still, but I mean, it was a split second. So they're going to give that to Lincoln. And Elijah misses the foul shot. And I die a little bit more. And he misses both. Traveling. Check his passport. Make sure it's stamped. Brooklyn.
We just left another 2 points on the court.
So if we'd have gotten that foul shot, at least one of them, then got the walk. What's the call?
This thing.
Moving screen. So he screened, but his screen was moving.
Wait, so then why do they do this?
I don't know. You got to ask our resident ref. But I know that screen moved on Elijah. Here's Wagner. We got a full court press going. We pick up the rebound there, heading back the other way. Charge taken. Yo, when I tell you Wagner is a charge-taking machine, dude followed our player just to take it.
Charge-taking is an understatement.
It really
He
is.
set his feet like 2 seconds ahead of time.
I mean, I feel like he dug a little bit of a grave for his feet and sat
He
there.
covered his groin, and he just stood. And our player ran right into it.
And it was a foul. Definitely the foul called on number 14. I saw it. He slapped him in his hand. Yep. But wow, we should all take a lesson from Wagner, the way they take the charge. Okay, I don't even know if this is appropriate for a broadcast, but it is a basketball question because you mentioned it. So as he took the charge, he covered his groin because Lord knows no one wants to get hit down there. But in girls basketball, do they like cover their chest? Like what? Is it the same energy?
I don't know.
Because it is a consistent position where you put your hands. Every time I see someone take the charge, they take the charge like that. So I'm wondering if in female basketball that's even safe. I don't know if you guys want to take like a knee to your chest or anything. I'd like to know what the technique is there, or if it's different at all for female basketball. I'll take a look at that.
But like for me personally, I don't feel like girls basketball, like at least ours, is that aggressive.
When he hits that shot, so yes.
I don't feel like it's that aggressive. Meanwhile, you're playing with boys, and boys are way more aggressive than girls.
So I think that is not reminiscent of basketball as a whole. I will say that is more relevant to our basketball. Because I can show you some girl basketball games where, they are aggressive. Very. Me and Mr. Andrus many years ago had the benefit of broadcasting a few championships up in the Bronx, and we saw like Division I girls basketball. Oh, it was crazy. It looked like boys basketball, and not to say that it shouldn't. Basketball is basketball, but unfortunately, Lincoln is not always the best representation on the girl side of how well girl basketball can be played. But we'll get there. Big strip from a Johnny. Our football to basketball player with the jelly.
That was nice.
That boy's got hops. That boy's got speed. He is the second player to transition from football. Paul Jakai plays on varsity, and he's from the football team, a crossover. Shout out to Mr. O'Connor for allowing that to happen. I know how much he expects dedication, full dedication from his football team, or rather the football program. Here's Elijah and a Johnny playing some solid defense. Wagner had to throw that up in fear of a shot clock violation. So based on what we just saw, and Mr. Andrus always gives kudos to Lincoln for their defense, we're still very much in this game.
Absolutely.
We're still very much in this game.
You're holding them from making the shots.
Getting stops. Still not moving the ball around as much as I'd like. Still keeping to that perimeter. Here we go. Nice little lane. What's the call? Is that 3 seconds on a Johnny? We better get an assignment. We better get an assignment. There you go, Dean.
That's it. Put enough pressure, make them make the mistake.
I don't love us playing man-to-man because it's easy for us to get thrown off of assignment like we were before. For a second there, Dean had no man. Beautiful little layup. Dean's offense is waking up.
And now we're off by 5 points.
Ball's up. Here's number one. Nice little dump in past the 14. It doesn't drop. Wagner seeing some woes on the offensive side. Dwayne dumps to a Johnny, and a Johnny gets fouled by 14. Here we go. Here we go. Cheerleader 8 playing. Shout out to the cheerleaders. They're stomping their way into our hearts today. So there's just one lone voice screaming defense. I love it.
And
She actually went to Abraham Lincoln. She graduated the same time I did. I forget her name, but shout out to her. Shout out to Shelly Smalls on the other side of her, another Lincoln alumni. She's got a son here. Dwayne Billups is actually her son. So it's definitely not far-fetched for Lincoln graduates to see their kids come on to Lincoln and have an equivalent experience. Of course, it won't be the same. I wonder if my son, Ulysses, will be coming to Abraham Lincoln. I highly doubt it. I say that, but who knows? Who knows? We're a Lincoln family.
I seen him and he was like, oh, I remember you. You was at the Halloween thingy last year. And I was like, oh my God, he's so cute.
That boy needs a haircut. But, yeah, he's a good little guy. He's a good little guy. I woke up yesterday. I was walking with him, and I held his hand in the street, and he looked up at my eyes, and I realized that my baby's gone. I've got a boy. I don't have a baby anymore. And I had a moment, and then we got over it. All right, so here's a Johnny.
And tomorrow he'll turn 19.
Exactly. And his feet will stink, and he'll need deodorant. God. Okay, Johnny missed that one. We really need these foul shots. He felt that in his soul. We hit that second one. So we are within 4. Within 4. We need defense, defense, defense. 2 minutes on the clock. Beautiful little double team action there. Little trap. We smacked it out of bounds, but it's about time we start trapping. Nice defense by Lincoln. Ooh, and they're going to call a Johnny for that behind the back. Yeah, Elijah for that behind the back. 0-0. So he's going to get subbed out. We're going to bring Jason in. Ooh, and he hits that one, putting this within 5. And that's going to be 6-point game. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Dwayne. Ooh, back to Dean. Back to Dwayne. They're passing it to the same side a little too much. No penetration. Ooh, Dean misses the 3. Tries to save it. And we are still relying on that 3-point shot. Number 4, almost going coast to coast, but it definitely taps off his leg. We're going back the other way. I would call that selfish basketball. He had more than enough people to pass it to. So here's Dwayne to Dean to Kyle. Washington, little too much dribble. Kyle for 3, no bueno. We're trying to trap them, but they're moving the basketball around very well. Here's 33 for 3, and he was wide open. Nothing but real estate there. They're doing a really good job of locking our, whoa, big shot. Big shot. We certainly needed that one. Let's see if I caught it. Here's Kyle for 3. Bang. So I think that's his second 3-pointer this game. He is not a big shooter, so he's having a decent game today, I must say. Beautiful defense. Kyle has to learn that when he's playing defense, his hand has to be out. If his hands are in, then it looks like he's pushing from behind, and that's what he got called for. So that's how you take a three-point shot, swallow it up, and make it irrelevant by now fouling on the other end. And he makes that one. And we're working on being down by 8 if he makes this. And that's what it is. Down by 8. 1 minute left on the clock. So number 4 is our center. You see how far up he is? He is not in any way in the paint, which means that we can't even make a play in the paint because our center's not even crossing a foul line. Number 4 is our center position, by the way. And that's another beautiful shot by Wagner. 30 seconds less in this game. Kyle, and he's raining threes at this point. Let's show that. That's another one on Kyle.
Where was that energy, the other 3 quarters?
And you know what? I'll say this. Kyle's been kind of doing the best that he can, right? He's been having a pretty decent game. But I don't think that we should have been relying on the 3-ball at all this game. With the way we have been missing most of them, I think Kyle's 3-pointers at this point would have been icing on the cake if we were more focused on easier shots, higher percentage shots. Johnny contacts Dad, waiting for this next game. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a doubleheader, so we have varsity coming up shortly.
There's a rolling out of
All right. We haven't had a dance in a while at Abraham Lincoln. Last dance I remember was like 2 years ago. No Christmas dance?
We only do it when the demand on TikTok calls for it.
Gotcha.
What do you mean by the demand on TikTok?
The last time we had school dances was
Kentucky.
because everyone on TikTok was having them, so the students said, can we have dances too? So we did.
And that's going to conclude this game. Nani Mar has the power to make a dance happen, so look out for that. It is 41-49. Susan Wagner takes it against our JV team. But stick around. We're coming back for the varsity game.